In this HVACR training video, we're going over all the different types of indoor units that are available and that can be installed onto a multi-zone mini-split system. So in this case, we're using Cooper & Hunter, a multi-zone system and a single-zone system. And what I want you to be aware of is we're getting away from just being able to have one single zone and one indoor wall unit. We have all of these applications to where you can install 5 different indoor units onto a multi-zone, say 5-zone unit. And you also have hyperheat models, and you have standard heat pump models where it can produce heating and air conditioning. You have a lot of different advantages to these systems now, and I'm going to be going over each one of these individually to show you the where they can be installed, the application, and the line set connections coming up. So here we have a multi-zone Cooper & Hunter mini-split unit, and this is a single zone. This single zone and the multi-zone are both inverter types. So an inverter can efficiently control the refrigerant and the airflow for electrical efficiency. And so in the case of a multi-zone, inverters are fantastic, because what you have is you have, say, 5 installed zones. You only may be running 2 zones or maybe 3 zones at a time, depending on the capacity of these. And so the other zones are not calling. And so what happens is it electrically efficiently ramps down all 4 components, the EEV, the compressor, the indoor and outdoor fan, in order to run the capacity needed for the indoor unit. And so you may only install, say, 2 or 3 zones out of the 5 zones. So if you have an addition, you can always install those later. And it's always nice to have service valves out here so that you don't have to pump down or recover the refrigerant. You can just install the additional zone and prepare that tubing for that zone. So anyway, I'm gonna now get into each individual indoor unit. This here is a mini floor console unit, so it has a air discharge here and down low. So this is really good for, say, a half wall, where maybe you're in the 2nd story of a Cape Cod where you have that roof line. And so this is on the wall, down low. This is a unit that we're most familiar with, and this gets hung real high on the wall. This is a wall hung unit. And this right here is a slim duct, and this gets mounted up above a drop ceiling, and you have your return duct and your supply duct. And so you're going to be able to actually have duct instead of it being called a ductless unit. Here's a ceiling cassette, and this gets mounted right up above drop ceiling, and then this cover is mounted right on the ceiling. Here we have a universal floor ceiling unit, so this can get mounted down low on the wall or on the ceiling in the case where you don't have any wall space. So that makes this a very versatile unit, and you have a remote right here that you can use to set the temperature for each one of these units, or you can have a wired version that you can mount on the wall. And so now we're going to take an up-close look at each one of these units. So here we have our mini floor console. It's down low. Now you can pick it up from the ground a little bit. We use these clips right here in order to mount it. And so right here, these clips just sit right underneath, just like that, and hold the unit on the wall. Now let's take a look at the front of this. So right here, what we're going to do is we're going to push this in, and you have your front cover comes down. This strap right here only lets it go down so far. You can take out your washable filter right here. And inside of here, there's 4 screws, 1, 2, and then you got 2 more down at the bottom. And the 2 at the bottom end up helping you to release this. So now that we're in the inside, as far as the electrical goes, the connection point is right here. So you put your 3 wires and your ground wire, so all 4, so that's these wires right here. And then you have your thermostat connector right here. And so if you're going to use the wall mount control, you can just put this one side right into here. And then you have this spool of wire that comes down, and then you can go into the wall in order to connect right here. And then this can be in the wall as well. This back plate has several channels in which this can go, and you can just pop this out if it's just going directly through the wall. And so that's fairly nice to use. As far as the condensate goes, the condensate's down here, And you can either use a flexible connector for down here, or you can use a PVC 90 and then just shoot out the back or horizontally. And right here, you have your line set connectors, so your vapor line and your liquid line. There should be a little nub on this. You might not be able to see that, but that means it's holding pressure still. And so you'd be tightening these two in place right here, and you'd either be bending and coming out here or coming out and going horizontally behind here. Let me show you that. There's a little cavity down there. So this cavity right here, you can run the line set horizontally and poke out to the outside wall, or you can come out through the side panels here. So that's this unit. Here's a 12,000 BTU indoor wall hung unit. So 12,000 BTUs means about 1 ton, and this is a 24,000 BTU, so that's a 2-ton unit. So I just wanted to show you the sizes. And over here we have our 2 air filters, and then we have a screw here, which we already removed. And then you have your electrical connections, so your 3 communication wires and your ground wire. And that is this wire right here, and that gets fed up from the bottom in the back. And so that will come up right in here for you to tighten those in place. Now let's take a look at the back. Here we have our back plate, and so you just unsnap it here and here. And this is the hook at the top that holds the unit in place. So this gets mounted to the wall and gets leveled ahead of time, and then you determine where your hole is going to be. And so you could have a hole that comes out over here, or you could have it right where this copper tubing is. So this is your line set right here. And so you have your vapor line and your liquid line. You want to make sure that you have that little red button sticking out. That means there's pressure still in here. You can bend these up so they stick straight up in the air, and the twisting of the copper tube will occur right in this area, and there's a spring around the 90 so you won't kink it. And then here's your condensate line. So there's a plug here and it comes out here. You could move this condensate line over to here and put the plug over on that side. And here's the clip for the electrical wire, and so you just remove it right here, and here is where your electrical wire will come in and come down towards the front. And so then when you're done, you just go ahead and snap that back in again. So we just go ahead and put it like that, and then it's in. So now we're going to move on to the next unit. Here we have our slim duct unit, and that gets mounted above the drop ceiling, and you can use something like this, or 3/8 all thread mounted to the ceiling, and that's what's going to hold it up in the air. And what we're going to do is I have the electrical cover plate already off, and so let's see here, tilt it up, and right in here we have our indoor coil, and we have our line set connections right here. This will be the underside, by the way, and so you'd have access to the filter, and so you take that screw out and the other screw, and then you'd end up pulling the filter out. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that for now. We have our electrical cover off, and then we have our communication wires to the outdoor unit, and that comes in right here at the bottom. And then we have our 3 communication wires and our ground that gets connected right up in here. And we also have our 1 connector here, and this goes to our manual override. And so that connector goes in here, and so this gets mounted right on the side. So if you were to go up inside the drop ceiling, you would have this unit on the outside in order to control it. And then this connector right here goes to an extension piece. So instead of running thermostat wire or whatever, you know, you're running this connector to your wall mount controller right here. And so that has a connector on it as well. And they're color coded right here, so there's stickers, but you are using the connector pieces. Some units have magnetic rings where they want you to install that, so that avoids the interference from the electricity from this unit to other surrounding units such as televisions, fluorescent lights. And so you just make sure you put these exactly where the manufacturer's calling for them. So this is the position in which it would be hung, and so you have your line set connections right here and here, so they will be flared into place. And right here is your condensate line, and so you can take that plug out and attach this, and you have stainless steel hose connectors right here and right here, and so you can fit 3/4 PVC in here, and this just slips right over top of that. Or you can utilize the pump that's inside, and there's a float, and so you can put this here, or you can have this flexible adapter where you can pitch upwards, and so you can pump it up in order to get the correct amount of pitch for when you're draining downhill. Now we're looking at the bottom of this unit, and here's your fan assembly, and right here we're going to take this cover and And here is the condensate pan, and inside there you have your float switch, and you also have your pump. And so you can choose to just drain it here or with the pump at the higher drain outlet. So I just wanted to show you the inside of this, and then you also have your return temperature sensor right here, and inside here you have your aluminum right here, your heat sink for your control board in order to have the airflow blowing by it to lower the temperature of the board. Now we're going to move on to our next unit. Here we have the front or the bottom basically of the ceiling cassette. So this is what you'd see right below the drop ceiling. This will be covering the 2 foot by 2 foot panel. You can come just like this in order to change the filter, which is located right here. But I want to flip this around so that you can see there is a wire right here for the louvers. And so this wire is attached to the control board. It would have to get disconnected just by coming through this way where the filter is. But we're going to take a look at the inside of the unit. And so the louver would connect right over here in the control board, and then you have your wired temperature controller for the wall. And so that's right here. You use the extension wire, and so that's how you can control that. And the electrical wire is getting tied in right here with the 3 communication wires in the ground. It's going to be going through this little hole down here, and you have this little shield that it's going to be going through. So the wires get fished right here, right through, and they get clamped right there, and then they get wired right in. So this is the inside of the ceiling cassette. Now let's take a look on the side. So this is the insulated part of the ceiling cassette that's in the ceiling. It just has a thin amount of insulation in it, and if it was high temperature you could add more insulation out here, and then you could hang this with all thread or these brackets right from these 4 clips right around the perimeter of the unit. There's a pump inside for the condensate, and so you're going to connect right here, and so you'd use this flexible connector, and you can push this on, and then you can put a stainless steel hose clamp here and another one here. It hooks right into the standard 3/4 PVC, and the pump usually can pump up anywhere between 1 foot to say 3 foot, but you got to read the manufacturer's literature because it may only be that you can pump it up say 18 inches, and then you have to drain it downhill from there. And our line set connections are right here, so those are our flare connections, and so that's how you would tighten in. And now we're going to move on to the final unit. Here we have our universal floor ceiling unit. So this unit can be hung right on this wall, just on the back. What we have here is these 2 clips here and here, and by the way, this is held on with a screw, so I've already taken that off. But this would get mounted to the wall or to the ceiling, and we're going to take a look inside this unit. And so we come right here, and you can lower this down, and here's your filter down in here. So you just wash this here, and then here's the electrical compartment, and I've taken the screws off of this as well so we can take a look inside. Here's our area for our communication wire, and so we can just tie that in right there. So our 3 communication wires and our ground, and then we also have our controller right here on the side. If we're going to go with a wired one, we can go just like this, and you can use the extension wire, and it has connectors on it so you don't have to splice the wires. And so you could use either a remote or mount this to the wall, and it has the removable back plate, and you can choose where you're going to have the wires come through at. The line set gets connected right down here, so I don't know if you can make that out or not, but it goes right there, and so you can bend it and come out the wall, or you can go right down through the floor, or if this is on the ceiling, you can go right out the outside wall, right through this plate right here. And then we also have our condensate line right here, so we can mount our flexible connector, and then we can have it connect to our 3/4 PVC, which is right here. So that can be mounted coming through here or through there. And so on this unit, this piece right here, you can actually detach it. So you can press these buttons down just like this and pull this right out. So as well, just this, the filter can come off of this. So there's 2 filters right here, and so those can be washed. You're always pulling your return air in through here, and then you're pushing it out the top. And so this whole electrical panel is covered by that metal, and you have your return air temperature sensor right here. So once again, this is a very versatile model that can be either installed on the wall or on the ceiling. So I hope this video helped, and if you're looking for more information on any one of these units, I have links down in the description section below, and also make sure to check out our website over at acservicetech.com. We have a bunch of products there. We have books and quick reference cards and things there. We also have a bunch of free resources such as our quizzes, our articles, our quick tips, the podcasts. We've got calculators. So make sure you check all that out over at acservicetech.com. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you next time at AC Service Tech channel.